Hey, Roberto Monaco here with the Chiro Speaking Company and the Chiro Speaking Club. And today I have the king. Did I say king?
The
king. King
you
of
said king.
compliance, Dr. John Davila. What's up, my brother?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm phenomenal, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just trying to keep it all together. Obviously, it's easier when we do this together at your place because it's only like an hour. And believe it or not, I just drove by your house the other day. Not right by, I mean by your exit the other day to pick up my son from school and bring him home because he goes to school down the street from you. But yeah, it's a little quiet.
Well, I appreciate you making the time today, buddy. I prefer to do it this live too. And maybe we can do it in your new patio, looking at the park and the water.
Yes. Deck is nice. Yes.
Maybe we can do that the next recording.
Yeah, that'd be good. Come up. Yeah, once this is all done, probably sometime in 2022. By the time this is the way this is going. Anyway,
so
yes.
we are here. We're here with my brother, Dr. John Davila, because throughout my journey of chiropractic, people ask me compliance questions, and I actually have one answer. One answer only is not the same answer. Oh, you want to have a question about compliance? Yes. Do me a favor. Reach out to my boy, Dr. John Davila. That's it. That's my scripted. That's like, all right, man, here. And I have been receiving a couple questions lately. So I thought, you know what? I just want to record a quick video, add value to our members here. So the first question is this. One of our new trainings in the Chiro Speaking Club, I talk about how to use one-on-one video to build up relationships with your patients or prospective patients, or even to get speaking gigs. So basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the big picture is to record extremely fast one-on-one videos. That's the big idea. And one of the questions that our members asked me yesterday, Dr. John Davila, is like, from a HIPAA standpoint, if the doctor wants to reach out, or maybe the CA wants to reach out, what are the things that the doctor should be, quote unquote, do or don't do to be compliance safe?
Yeah, the answer actually was just released the other day. There's a little bit of it. I'll pull it up on my if you can actually go read it. It's on my Facebook page, Helping Chiropractors Do the Right Thing. It talks about using telemedicine now. So the Office of Civil Rights, which covers HIPAA, basically said, as of right now, while this whole COVID-19 thing is taking place, we are not going to hammer anyone if they do not have a HIPAA BAA. Now, a business associate agreement is what you need in order to go ahead and utilize a HIPAA secure video chat, okay? And they actually mention the exact ones here that they talk about. Let me read to you real quick. They mention specifically, now this is just a general list for them.
Okay.
Skype for Business, UpDocs, VC, VSEE, and Zoom for Healthcare, Doxy.me, and Google Suite Hangouts Meet. So Google G Suite, sorry. So those are the versions that have what they consider to be HIPAA secure. Now, once you work with one of those, you have to get a HIPAA BAA from them, and they'll send you one, meaning that whatever information they have that's yours, they won't release, blah 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 blah. So all that stuff is there, and then you don't send it to them; they send it to you.
Okay,
right?
but I want to be specific here. So there's one aspect of virtual consultations when you're actually talking to the patient. That's one aspect. How about the aspect of just recording a quick video to a patient?
Two different things.
Standing out.
Yeah, two different things. So so if you're talking about a video, not consultation, but part of an E&M, evaluation and management, anything that you'd be billing for. Well, let me just finish the last thought. As of right now with this COVID-19, the Office for Civil Rights is actually handing out or stating that they're letting people not use any of these situations as long as you're upfront with the patient. So if you need to go ahead and have a video consult with a patient, and you want to use Zoom right now, regular Zoom, like this type of Zoom, not healthcare, Zoom for healthcare, you could actually use it now as long as you are upfront with the patient and get the permission. So
there will be. So I love this, by the way, because it's bigger than my original question. So because I know a lot of chiros are doing that, virtual consultations. So let's say Dr. John Davila is practicing, Roberto is the patient. So what would be the conversation or the permission?
Roberto, just letting you know, because of emergency reasons, I don't have the HIPAA compliant version at this point in time, or HIPAA secure version at this point in time. So is it okay if we continue this conversation right here, right now on this video call?
Yes.
Perfect. Then we can go ahead and go. That's how simple it is.
So question, should just for safety, should the doctors record the call or not?
I don't think you have to record the call as much as the CMS talks about documenting.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, if you're a client of ours, which I think we have a lot of mutual people. Jen, who's our certified coder, we just came up with a whole process for our clients. So a notes process, everything else will be out next week, including conversation on how to deal with this from a policy standpoint, meaning how to get paid and who is paying. So different scenario, but we have that, and it's a documentation that you should go through, documenting what you did, the time in and time out, not just how long, but like at 2:18 p.m. till 2:35 p.m. So those types of things you should be documenting. Recording it, not necessarily important. That kind of stuff, you don't have to. Just document a note and you'll be fine. No different from, I don't record someone's visit. Got it.
Thank you so much. Very clarification. And as far as like personally marketing now, I'm talking about marketing exclusive.
Marketing's different. Yeah, marketing's different. If I'm going to record a video with someone to continue my marketing, especially in this scenario now where I can't get people in the office and I can't do it with them in the office, really what you need is a HIPAA marketing agreement with these people to go ahead and let them utilize that, let you utilize that information. So can I use that information? Yes. So they just go ahead and send you a note. It could be an email. Hey, listen, we'd like to do a video testimony with you. Could you send me an email saying it's okay for us to record this and share it with other people?
Okay, but this is, I want to make sure I'm clear. So that would be a video testimony with a patient, right? Basically, you're asking for a authorization to record a call, record a testimony, so you can post it, right?
Yep. Right now we're talking about, it may sound like apples and apples, but really we're talking about Red Delicious versus Golden Delicious. They're both apples, they're just different apples.
Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to be super clear. So let's say, for example, I am a chiropractic patient, go to my doctor, and then I've been going to my doctor for 6 months, loving my chiro. This whole coronavirus hit, and I stopped coming, freaking out. Didn't show up, no returning calls. So let's say the doctor or the CA wants to use a video, personalized video along the lines of, hey, Bob, this is Dr. Monaco. By the way, I'm not a doctor. You guys know this already. But I say, my Dr. Monaco here. I'll just let you know we are open, and I'll make sure you're taking care of your nervous system, your spine. Excited to help you and your family. Boom.
Right. So now we're talking about apples, and rocks. Two different things. Okay. So in this situation, when you're sending out a video to someone and it's related to, and by the way, you do not need a marketing release to market to somebody in order to go ahead and explain to them treatments that are going on in your office from an education standpoint that would directly benefit them. So in this situation,
we don't need.
I do not need. Now, if I'm marketing, let's say a patient comes in and I'm marketing weight loss to them, it's not related to their case, then yes. If I'm marketing colloidal silver to them, but it's not related to their case, then yes, I would need something like that. Vitamins to them, but it doesn't relate to their case. Then I need a marketing agreement to go ahead and send them information. In this situation, to update what's going on in my office, you do not need any marketing agreement with these people to go ahead and discuss it with them.
Perfect. So I want to recap here. So for the virtual consultation, eventually, now they're more relaxed, but eventually you're going to need to have an agreement. Or you can even frame the conversation saying, we're, quote unquote, I'm having a conversation to have a permission to follow through. Yes. For if I'm going to record a message promoting anything else that the patient didn't come to my office with, or the condition for, and technically I'll need to have a disclosure agreement that I want to be.
I don't need one for that. I don't need one for that. Yeah, I don't need an agreement. I don't need any agreement to do that.
I'm talking about for the same condition or different condition.
What do you mean condition? No, as long as it's something that would help them with their condition, then it's just basically, it's not marketing. It's just like an educational piece, and you don't need anything for that. Okay,
perfect. So technically, if the doctor or the staff record videos and talking about an event they're coming or a video to watch or touching base, then they don't need an agreement to do that. They don't need an authorization to do that.
No, that's because you're not because that's not marketing. That's more education than anything else, because it's directly related to dealing with that patient's condition. So it's not actually marketing.
Perfect. All right, thank you. And then as far as compliance now, what were a couple of things that a doctor should look for? There's any other tips that you've seen, mistakes that doctors are following or doing right now, they're getting caught up right now as this coronavirus situation is going on right now?
Well, as you know, 99.9% of what we do, because you helped me figure this stuff out. How long ago? 7 years ago? 8 years ago?
Yeah.
99% of what it is that we do is really not about reactionary as it is precautionary.
Yep.
So in today's environment, if you guys want this, I'm going to post, actually, I just have the video. I'm going to post it on my Helping Chiropractors Do Right Thing. Please, if you're watching this, go watch it. If you're clients, it's already posted it on our client website on compliantcoupons.com. But it's really about now, I think, this whole game, especially now with the coronavirus and everything else, this is about not even patient protection or staff protection, because this whole thing is going to end soon, right? What this is about is reputation management. I think what I'm going to talk about now in a few seconds is really about managing your reputation going forward. Let me pre-frame the conversation. I have as a lot of you know, I work with the malpractice company, and I do some work with a couple different malpractice underwriters. Okay, and a couple of them had said that there is no coverage if someone gets sick in your office, they get contamination or infected in your office, cross-contamination in your office. There is no malpractice coverage for that. There is no business liability coverage for that for most business liability policies. Okay, so when I heard that, it dawned on me. So you know what? We need to go ahead and explain how to nip that in the bud before it starts. So I had a client in Myrtle Beach. He comes to me and he says, "Listen, my staff are really freaked out. I don't know what to do. How do we manage this?" And it was the same day as I read this post from a couple different friends. And my conversation with him was, okay, let me come up to your staff. So I drove up to his office and I sat there and talked to his staff for about 20 minutes. And I said, "Listen, would it make more sense if we did these 15 policies?" And they're like, "If we did these 15 policies, I'd feel totally fine." Now, here's the thing. I know the office. I'm a patient in the office. I know exactly what's going on there. And I gave him an outline of what would work in his office. Okay. We went and then talked about it later, especially Roberto, if you're going to be treating patients in today's environment, you need to triage, and you can watch the video and explain it all. But all these things at the end, the value back to him was not the fact that his staff is happy. Don't get me wrong, his staff were extremely happy and they're still there and they're working and everyone's safe and everything else. The value to him has been that his staff, and I mean his patients, are 100% in support of him being open. And now not just being open, but understanding, and they're referring. He had a new patient come in yesterday. I saw the x-rays. I couldn't believe the guy can walk, right?
Wow.
But his conversation was, you know what? Thank you for heading up or taking this idea of infection and everything else head on in your office. Because we gave him triage questions, things to do. His patients love it. And now what does that do for him? When this all blows over, it isn't just business as usual. This is going to be not just marketing as usual. This is going to be reputation management, meaning staff and patients going to say, "You know what my doctor did to make sure no one got sick?"
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You know what I mean? So I'll post it on there.
Can you post inside the club too as well?
I'll post it for you too. And it's short. It's 20 minutes. Unfortunately, it's not a Roberto approved message.
No, yeah, he did.
It's very didactic. Not a lot of stories in that one, because it really isn't. It's really these are the steps you do. In fact, one of my clients used to be a public health officer in the Air Force, and I had her review it, and she's like, "This is perfect." And then she said, "This, I wouldn't add anything to it. It's perfect." So I know the information's there. This is going to be not just, and this is one of the things too. You know, for the Chiro speaking guys and girls, you know. This whole thing is also how you pre-frame. How do you pre-frame what you did during this process?
Beautiful.
Because going forward, Roberto, this is going to be how do you clean your office? You think people, I mean, I've heard that question before, but not like you're going to hear it for the next 4, 5, 6 years.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So what we're going to do, I'm going to post this video inside the club, and I'm sure you're going to get questions, people reach out to you, what's the best way to connect with you, buddy? Facebook, message, phone, or email? How do
you could go ahead and email us. It's info@customchiroSolutions.com. A ton of you guys know who I am. And then, or on Facebook, going right to helping chiropractors do the right thing. We're always on there managing all these different things. So, this whole compliance thing, I just let me put it this way. Even in the video, even in the video at this point in time, there is no sales. There is no monetization. My staff are handling questions, everything else. When someone has something like this, we usually make people, like, if you want to work with us, no different from you, you got to pay for my time. At this point in time, this information is too valuable to go ahead and hold back from people. Here it is. Here's the information. If you want it, I even give people sample macros or sample practice emails, stuff like that. So at this point in time, I mean, it's just this stuff is so important, and especially if you're going to be getting into telemedicine and telehealth or e-visit.
I appreciate that, man. For my heart
to know this information.
Members here, I appreciate that. So I want to make sure I answer the question. We already answered about the HIPAA. What can I say over the videos? For example, could I say, hey, I was looking into solutions for a good doc for your XYZ condition in town and recommend. In these videos, you can never mention conditions, right? If you're doing
no. You don't want to mention conditions. You don't want. You just want to say, hey, this, especially if it's going to be, if you're going to email it out. Remember, I would just make it very general.
Yeah.
As soon as you start using patient's name or any PHI, now you have to talk about a very secure connection, secure email.
Yeah.
So in these
for the one-on-one, the idea is I'm talking about just one-on-one recording for Bob. I never mention, to be clear, I never mention any condition, anything.
Yeah. If you're going to, the name in and of itself is no big deal. You're just basically sending information out. I'm okay with that. As soon as you start getting into any major PHI that talks about what their issues are, then you secure email server type stuff. If you have a secure email server, you're totally fine. Go ahead and send the emails as you wish. Usually G Suite, things like that have all those secure servers. Yeah.
Awesome. Dr. John Davila, love you, brother. Can't wait to drink some wine in your beautiful house this summer in the new called the new deck.
Yes, and also don't forget in July too.
Yeah, in July too. Of course. Oh yeah. By the way, July for our members. Dr. John Davila is speaking in our Chiro Speaking Club Mastermind right here in beautiful Charleston. I'm pumped. We're going to have an amazing time.
An event I don't have to fly to. Thank God.
Yeah. My brother, love you, bro. Thanks so much for adding so much value today.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Take care.